What's going on, y'all? Timmy 2 times here, and welcome to my Coming Out Chronicles Atlanta edition. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. That's the same thing people always say. I gotta stop saying that. This is not this early 2000s show. If you go subscribe and do your thing, you just go do your thing. I'm not about to keep telling y'all what to do. Now, I may put the little thing down there so you can see, but I ain't about to be saying it on screen. I need to stop doing them Nicki reenactments. We can't be doing that word no more. Make sure you check out episode number 1 if you have not checked out episode number 1. Or you can just simply start here first and then go back and then go check out my series simply titled Coming Out Chronicles. The easiest part of coming out should be telling your parents. It should be. Not a stranger, not a friend, not a coworker. Somebody online, a plant, a dog, the mirror. You should tell the mirror first because that's the mirror's reflection of you. But the easiest part of coming out should be telling your parents. It should be. And if it's not, and you don't feel comfortable telling your parents, that is where the problem starts. Communication is very important, and the fact that you can't tell your parents says a lot. Not a lot about you, but a lot about your parents and the way that you feel that they would react, and the way you feel that they're gonna they think like, and you know this because as kids, as teenagers, as young adults, we soak up so much from our parents. Mannerisms, behavior, just so many things. Hell, we got their DNA in our system. So of course we go act like them, but it's what they are putting out, manifesting, creating, projecting out into the world, and you are there soaking it in. So when you hear them saying negative things about people under the, I'm just going to say gay child. That's just going to be for everybody. Whether you trans, bi, queer, gender nonconforming, I don't know if I forgot anything, bisexual, whatever. It's just gay. We all, the rainbow, it's all one piece. It's all one piece. It's all one piece. Okay. So it should just be, I forgot where I'm going because I was about to go on a little tangent, but it just should be. And it just really should be. And it's really fucking sad that we can't tell our parents what's going on, and they want to know what's going on with us. They want to know what's going on with us. They do. If you have a good parent, and you have a parent that loves you and believes in you and wants you to grow and succeed and be successful in life, it should be easy to tell them, but it ain't, because of this fucking world. And a lot of it, most of it, is from the Bible. Yeah. And we're not going to talk about that because we got a whole segment when I'm going to get into that, but we're not doing that on this one. That was the intro. Let's get into the episode. So, baby, I ain't even got no job yet, and I'm already trying to go to the club, child. I'm already going through these little scavenger hunt pieces of clothes and shit I got in the closet, trying to, figure out what I'm gonna wear to the club. I ain't got no job. Clothes is too small. Listen, y'all, I don't know what part of the world you're following me from, meaning social media, wherever you found me from. I'm 6'9", and I was young. I was tall too. It's hard to find clothes. Big and tall section, old clothes that just didn't fit right. Combination big and tall. The shirts, I hated it. So I would literally have to. That's why I have the skill now. I can literally go through a clothing rack and look at something and tell if it's going to be long enough for me and if it's going to fit me right off the back. Because I've been scavenger hunting through clothing racks for so fucking long. Imagine going through 3 racks of clothes and you may find one thing that you like, and then this kind of like, child, well, I ain't found nothing else, so I ain't got no choice. You got to get something because you ain't got shit in your closet. So you got to get something. And that's why I start sewing. That's why I start making my own clothes. Backdrop, I sewed that together, but that's just 2 pieces. Trying to put it together, whatever. But yeah, I start making my own clothes. And ooh, this is gonna be a lot of flashbacks and stuff through this, and I just got hit one already. It's giving like That's So Raven when she be. Maybe I should do that when oh shoot, it's coming. But that sounds kind of nasty. This shirt reminds me of the first time me and my dad got into an argument when I was in elementary school, and he got emotional and he kind of cried. Because I think it was crying because he was really like, maybe he already was like, my son is a chump. My son is a punk. And maybe he you know, you don't have to verbalize it to believe it and for it to, I feel like you don't have to verbalize it for it to manifest, because it all starts right here. And the way I was very combative with him about wearing this shirt, it was an E-Spirit shirt. It was kind of like rainbowish shirt. I'm part of the Rainbow Coalition, honey, and I hate the fucking rainbow colors. But you ain't gonna see me wearing nothing rainbow unless it's for pride, and that's gonna be barely. But it was the colors was going across, and he was like, put the shirt on. I was like, no, I don't want to wear that shirt. Before I even really know about the gay and the colors, I didn't like the shirt. So we got into an argument, and a lot of people have been scared of my father, but I never really was. I used to always stand up to him, like I said in the first series I did. And it got to the point where he just stormed off, and I was crying, and then my mom came down, and I guess I went and apologized to him, whatever. And then it was just like, I think he was scared because, damn, my son is a punk, and I just really went off. Like I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with him. He don't seem like he can be controlled. And you're damn fucking right. I can't be controlled. I'm my own fucking person, okay? Shit. Fuck you talking about. I'm pull on my braid. Yeah, so that's that. So we go forward back to where we're going. So the club closed. I don't have a job, like I said. I'm just trying to figure things out right now. Like I'm really trying to figure things out. I have no friends. It's just my aunt and her kids, and you know, that was cool at first, but I was needing to be around community. Not the black community, the community, because I'm part of 2 communities. I'm from the black community and from the LGBTQI plus community. There I said, instead of saying gay, I'm full of that community. So I'm a minority in a minority. Is that right? Y'all get what I'm saying? And I don't know, like my auntie, she was just like, hey, you know, this is the gay side of town, you know, she told me. So I got in my car, and I would drive down there. And I would drive down to Piedmont. It would be Piedmont and 10th, I believe. And that's where they used to have like a bookstore. It's called, I forgot what, Outright Bookstore. And it was like a coffee shop, and then they had like all like the gay magazine that's in the back, child, the Black Inches. Boom, honey. You know when I say Black Inches, the Latin Inches, just all the different type of corn on the cob magazines and the shit in the back. And we used to go and sneak, but y'all, we can talk about that later. But I used to go in there and sneak. We used to go back and look at baby. I used to look at them big old things. I ain't never seen nothing that big. A lot. Hey, baby, I used to look in the Black Inches, child, but I used to be in the Latin Inches, child. There was something about them Latin men that just did something to my soul, honey. I would just did something to my soul. I mean, I guess I just never really seen a whole bunch of like Latin men. I moved to Atlanta. I mean, I see black people all the time, and I mean, I know black gay people, but it was just like them. It was like a different caliber, and I'm just like, the dicks. Oh my goodness. And get your laugh in now, honey. Get your laugh in and your gag in now before I start getting serious again. And I would ride down there, and I would blast my music. Like I remember I would listen to Christina Aguilera's Stripped album, Dirty, Impossible, Can't Nobody Hold Us Down, Infatuation, Loving Me For Me. Like, I used to play all them songs, little J-Lo. And I would ride through there with my music blasting, thinking like they're gonna hear my music. Like, oh, that's my jam, and just walk up to my car and be like, hey, how you doing? My name is such and such, and da da da. And I was going to meet all these amazing people. Cause y'all growing up in life, when I was younger, all I really wanted was friends. All I really wanted was I just wanted to fit in with people. I just wanted to have a tribe, and I never had a tribe of friends. Like, I didn't know what it was like to just be able to tell somebody all your secrets and, for y'all to laugh and giggle. And I didn't have, like, I had cousins, but I didn't really have, like, any friends. And, then when I started to get them, they were stripped away. And it's like, now I'm in this foreign place and I know nobody at all. No self-esteem, no self-worth. Shy, uncomfortable. But then again, I really wasn't. I just didn't know my worth, because once I figured out my worth, all of my personality and all of my traits came out that had been sporadically popping out from here and there. Boom, they was out. So I just ride to go down there and ride around all the time. I was like, okay, I need a job. I'm like, okay. And then I rolled down. I was like, hey, they got a Pet Supply Plus. I don't know if you remember, if y'all seen the last series. I got a job at a pet store. And they had one. So I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to go in here and apply, and I'm going to get this job because I already have the experience, even though I quit at the last one. But, I already got the experience, you know what I'm saying? I know they're going to hire me. And it'll be good to have some type of familiarity, familiarity, baby, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Keep it in. Y'all got it. I got the job. I started working there. And the manager the store was gay. But there was two guys that worked in the back. And it was a gay cashier. But again, I wasn't comfortable, like, coming up and saying, hey, I'm gay too, hey, da-da-da. Like, I wasn't that comfortable because there were two guys that I worked with in the stock room. They were two trailer park white trash dudes, whatever. And they would make fun of the gays. They would always talk about gay stuff, whatever, making jokes and stuff like that. I'm like, well, bitch, you're working in the fucking gay neighborhood. You're working in a gay neighborhood at a pet store. And all these gays are coming in buying cat food, dog food, fish food, feeder mice, crickets, all that stuff, for their pets. And yeah, and then the manager's gay and the cashier is gay, but I wasn't. And then they start making like little jokes and stuff like that to me, and I just was like, they was like, oh, he don't like girls and stuff like that. They was trying to, because they couldn't really clock it on me, but they knew that I was gay, but they didn't. I wasn't really femme or anything like that. I don't know how to explain. Like, I think they were still, maybe because I was tall, they were still kind of leery about just being just real direct with the gay stuff. Like, they would just kind of say stuff under the radar, under the table. But a lot of people do that too, because it's a process. It's for them to break you down. And then once they broken you all the way down, it's either you got to pop off and you got to defend yourself, or baby, they really go start tearing into you. I just remember one day, going on my lunch break and getting in my car, and I just started playing Mariah Carey Dreamlover, and I just started bawling. The emotions, y'all. I was going through so much. It was, I didn't came out. Parents kicked me out. I done moved to a foreign land. I'm in the middle of a whole family situation with my aunt going through her divorce. My living situation is different. I don't have no job. I have no income right now, or I just started and got my first paycheck yet. I have no friends. I have no friends. I have no friends. I have no friends. It's just, again, it's just everything was just stripped away from me. I felt like I was on top of the world and it just was gone. And then I was like, I ain't got no man. I want a man. I was like, I want a boyfriend. It was just like, I just be in a car bawling, crying, just listening to Dreamlover. I need a lover to give me. I know the words. I just can't do it right now, child. I just can't do it right now. And yeah, it was very tough. Now, mind you, the pet store was all the way downtown. Like, we lived in Stockbridge, and the pet store was all the way downtown on Piedmont, Buckhead area, Peachtree area. That was literally over about a 30-minute drive-ish. And that was not including traffic. And, back then the pay, baby, I wasn't even getting $10 an hour. It was probably giving maybe $6, $7 because my second job I got was Toys R Us. I only make $7 some an hour. And my aunt was like, she must have was like, she didn't understand. But again, I was searching and seeking community. I was trying to find something that was familiar to me, and it was in a gay neighborhood, and I still didn't know anybody, but I still would just, every chance I got on my off days, I would drive around, and I would drive all the way down to the city just to be able to just breathe in the gay air. Bitch, not gay air, child. No, but you get what I'm saying. And she wrote me one day. I was in the bed. I don't know what's up with my family and these note things, because like I do it from time to time too. It's just like we write notes, and words are powerful, but notes are unpredictable. Because it's like the note, how you interpret it, how you interpret what they wrote. Well, I guess it'd be saying somebody verbally saying, but a note you can just constantly just keep going back over and reading. The notes don't have any emotion. But baby, the notes that my family members write have emotion. So you feel it through the fucking paper. All right, so this note, child. Let me tell you something about my auntie, child. My auntie has a way with words, baby. And baby, those words are nuclear fucking bombs. Baby, when she hits you with one of those notes, or just anything that comes out of her mouth, like my auntie is amazing with her words and her delivery, her tone, everything is on point. And it will penetrate you and pierce you. And she basically was just like, like, what's going on? Why do you feel the need to always go downtown? Like, what are you searching for? What are you looking for? Like, why do you always go all the way downtown? And it's, again, what she didn't understand is that I was looking for community. I was looking for friends. I was looking for, that's it. I don't know what else to say. But it's just like, I don't think she understood, that, hey, I'm in a whole different, I'm black, but I'm in a whole different realm than a normal or average or straight, I should say, black person. I'm in a whole fucking different realm. It's a whole lot of other stuff going on that you don't know about. You don't understand. You may never understand. You may never know. So it's just like, it's different. And I already had issues with straight people, with straight men. I never felt comfortable around straight men. It's funny because the only men I felt comfortable around were my cousins. My cousins when I lived in Ohio. So let's go ahead and touch on it. I had a cousin from Denver that came to visit. And my aunt was like, he's coming. And I'm just like, okay, he's going to stay with us. But I was just like, I don't know how to hang out with a straight person. Like I feel like at this point in my life, I don't know what to add to it, to like to just the conversation. Like I'm not a sports person. I'm not a sports person. I'm not a sports person. I'm not about to talk about girls. I don't know what we could talk about. And I wasn't comfortable. My self-esteem was fucking gone. I was still trying to figure out even where to get the first fucking bar of self-esteem. And she went to the airport to go pick him up. And I was just like, I just had a feeling that they were going to come home and harass me. Now, it was like maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night. So I locked the door. And it was like the doors were like, because it was her office that she converted into a room for me, whatever. And it had the two like big doors. So I guess called salon style doors. They were just open inward, whatever. And they were like bifold. But they locked at the top. So if you pulled on them, like the doors would come out, you know what I'm saying? So they came home and they all just immediately, like I could hear them, the garage door open, they come through the front door. And they all immediately came to my room. And they pulled on the door and it was like, and they was knocking. And I'm just like, why are y'all doing this to me? Like, I'm asleep. It's 10, 11 o'clock at night. If I wanted to stay up and meet my cousin, I would fucking did it. I don't want to meet him. And it's not that he was a bad person. It was because of me and my feelings and how I felt. I told y'all, if y'all watched the last series, I felt like straight people didn't like me. I felt like a lot of my family members didn't like me. My self-esteem was fucking shot. So they pulling and prying. And it was just like, she was just like, TJ, like, they was calling my name and everything, and I would not respond. And they did it for a while, and I was like, they're going to break the door. They're going to break the door. And I'm just in the bed, just like, I'm hearing everything, because the bed is right there. And I think my auntie got it. And she was like, you know what, y'all? We're going to leave him alone. And they all went and did their own thing. Next morning, of course, guess who's up first? Me. I'm the first one that's motherfucking up. I get up and I don't know what to do, because like my routine is thrown off now, because I can't really move the way I want to, because my cousin is here and I know I gotta hang out with him. I haven't met him yet. I haven't seen him since we were fucking kids, like kids, like fucking 7, 8, 9 maybe, if that. And I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and open the doors. Honey, start opening the doors to the room, the salon doors. And I had all these CDs. So I was just going through my CD case, like reorganizing my CDs. Because I was like, I don't know what else to do. Like, I'm just going to wait for him to come down. And he came down and he walked by. He was like, hey. And I was like, hey, what's up, man? And we kind of like small talked. And he went out to smoke a cigarette. Came back in. And I don't know. Like, we end up hanging out. I didn't know where to take him. I didn't know what to do with him. I just really didn't know. So we drove all the way to the city. We went to Dick's Sporting Goods. We bought he bought some stuff, whatever. After we may have went somewhere, got something to eat, we went back to my auntie's house. And I was like, let me drop him off and let me go ahead and do my own thing. I was like, I can't wait for him to leave. But again, it wasn't his fault. It was me. And that's when I was just like, yo, you're not comfortable with yourself. Like, and it was also about me being gay. It was just like, I don't know if you know I'm gay, but I am gay, but I don't know how to like articulate or just be myself around him. But I said, I don't even know how to be my own self, y'all. I'm lost, y'all. I'm real fucking lost. Like, I just don't fucking know. I just don't know. Let's wrap this on up. Me and my cousin did the whole Colorado thing. They came to visit. Me and him is cool now. I've been to Colorado to see him. He still lives there. We communicate here and there, and I can actually talk to him. Like, and as I'm older, because I also have confidence and I know myself, and I know it doesn't have to, real conversation and just communication, whatever. It doesn't have to be sports, and it can be, I don't know. You just find a common ground when you good, and just like that's what I know. One of my gifts is to talk because I'm only telling all my business, but I'm also good with talking to strangers or just anybody and being able to have a conversation if I want to. Because if I don't want to talk to you, don't fuck with you, I ain't saying shit. But for the most part, everything is cool, and I keep saying I need to go there and visit. And it's so crazy. I'm gonna say this because I ain't say his name. I ain't telling his business, but he used to work at a adult video store, like production company. And when we went to go visit, I went in and I didn't know what I was to expect. I thought it was just gonna be just people with no clothes on, just doing it all over the place, like some big old orgy or something like that. But it's actually like a broadcasting company. Like you go into a room and they have all these TV monitors, and these are all the networks that we on. These are all the videos actually playing right now, and they were actually going live, and you can see all of the dark videos. They literally had whole offices. He went into his drawer and he showed me some corn on the cob videos where I was gagging, where it was a whole, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. A whole bunch of black dudes with a white girl, and they was like, it was like a reverse like slavery. It was like back from roots or something like that. I was just like, when I saw the title, I was gagging. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, I cannot. And then he was like, here go a stack. Do you want any of these? I can send them to you. I was like, no, I'm okay. I was like, they ain't even, he was like, well, this ain't the type you watch anyway. I was like, oh, but it's just like, I mean, I watch, straight corn on the cob too. But yeah, that was that was an amazing experience. That was a very amazing experience for me. Going to the dog bookstore, and it's like, if you really want to, Colorado was amazing. The air, the going up into the mountains and skiing and seeing a giant elk. ELK is like a deer, but like a deer on steroids. It's a cross between like a deer and a moose. Like the antlers are sharp, though a moose's is more like rounded. They're huge. I got really close to them. I shouldn't have. I could have gotten killed. I could have got a ridiculous fine and or went to jail by the park rangers and stuff like that. And we pulled over to the side of the road. All these other people pulled over and came down too and was trying to take pictures and stuff by the elk. It was crazy. It was crazy. Crazy. Look at my friend. I've been prolonging it enough. Let's do it. So this episode so far, I have not really touched on the elephant in the fucking room. What's going on with me and my parents? Yeah, we still talking. Lots of shouting on the phone. My mom was just like, my dad really wasn't talking to me because when I left, he would just like, son, I just want just get right. Just get right. And we know what get right mean. It mean don't be a fucking fag. Don't be gay. Go back in the closet if you need to, but don't be gay. You can be anything in the world, but don't be gay. You can be a criminal. You can be a drug dealer. You can have 10 baby mamas and not take care of none of your kids. You can steal from the elderly and do anything, but don't be gay. Don't be gay. Don't be gay. Ooh, I want to talk about the church thing so bad, but we're going to leave that because I'm going to go in on that episode, but that's not yet. It's not yet. Just know the title is going to be simply church, child. Something with church in it. So when you see that, baby, you already know what it is. That was the first time in my life that I ever hung up the phone on my mom. We literally were hanging up the phone on each. Like, I was just like, I can't deal no more. It's the shouting and yelling, and it was just. Then she started sending me like little spiritual books and stuff. And then she sent me a particular book. And this is why I don't know this person personally, but I have a fucking problem with him, Donnie McClurkin. I don't like him. I ain't never met this man in my life. And if I was to see him, I would just say in his face, I don't fucking like you. My mom sent me a Donnie McClurkin book and told me to read it. I had heard about him, you know, the gay man that became straight again. Child, he still looked like a sissy. A big old queer sissy. And not to say a sissy got looks, but it's a look. You say what you want to, but you can see some people coming down the street and you automatically know that they gay or they a sissy. He was giving sissy. In the church. Church queen, we're all the okay, we keep going on the church subject. Come off. The church episode is coming, baby. It's coming. I just was just like, how can you be gay and not be gay no more? I just didn't understand it. And then you're looking like a sissy still, even on the cover of the book. So my mom gave me the book, and for the longest I wouldn't read it. She would ask me about it. I said, I'm gonna go ahead and read this book. I'm gonna read this fucking book. So I got the fucking book, and I drove downtown to the gay neighborhood and went to the gay park, Piedmont Park, and I sat on the bench. And I started to read. And by the time I got to that second or third page, I said, what the fuck am I reading? Why am I reading this book? I'm not about to be straight. I'm not going to be straight. I'm going to continue getting fucked and sucking dick. I'm not going to be straight. Why am I reading this book? I'm wasting my fucking time because I'm trying to appease somebody else. I'm trying to appease somebody else to make them feel good because they don't want me to be gay. They're uncomfortable with me being gay or whatever it is. There's such this big explosion that they can't take with me being gay. I start reading the book. You need to go to therapy. My dad calls me on the phone and tells me one day. He says, you need to go to therapy. And if you don't go to therapy, we're not talking to you anymore. We're not doing it. Mom gets on the phone. You know, your dad, he's stressed out. He's losing weight. He's not well. It's because of you. Now, she didn't necessarily say it was because of me. But why would you tell me it's because of me? Because you're stressed because of me. Y'all kicked me out the house. Gave me 30 days and you kicked your firstborn son out. Gave him the boot. Family's probably talking because everybody's family got guy. And I know my family is messy. My family is messy and it's full of gossip. It's just a mess. That's why I don't really even deal with a lot of my family members because that's another topic that don't even need to be talked about on my show. And I know, word was probably going around about TJ and, because again, my cousin was gay. And his mom knew I was gay. The family members over there, like, they knew I was gay because I would come over there. And it was just like, but everybody was, scared of my dad in a way. So, excuse me, such a fucking lady. I got to go to therapy. So I just like, I can't lose my parents. Those are my parents. And, you've told all your life that your parents are respect your parents and you gotta have your parents and your parents this and your parents that. But what about fucking me? What about 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 me? I want to hit the bell, but I want the words to come out without the bell sound. So we'll do it afterwards. Here we go one time. So I go to this fucking therapist in Stockbridge, eating Chick-fil-A, and go in there and do the paperwork, and we go in this real little room, and she just listening to me. That's it. She just listened to me. Session 1, she just listened to me. I'm thinking I was supposed to go home with some type of homework or, have some type of lesson to do or some type of shock therapy. I don't know what they're going to do to make me be straight. I'm thinking, okay, one session. My parents asked me, yeah, I went to therapy. Okay, good. We're glad you're going to therapy. The second session, I'm going there. It's the same thing. And like, she's literally like right next to me. This is me and this is her. Like, I'm sitting, I can remember I could sit this way, but I kind of sat this way. And she literally sat right here, right next to me. And I don't even know what we talked about, to be honest with you. I can't remember what I expressed to her. I know it wasn't really coming from deep down in my soul. It was probably surface level. Because again, I know, being that I've been through 6 or 7 therapists within the last 20 something years, and well, not even 20 something years, and especially me living in LA almost 7 years now, I believe, I've been through about 6 therapists. Now, some of them bitch ain't even make it past the introduction, honey. When we did that first opening session, I ain't like them. I was like, they ain't giving me shit, y'all. I'm gonna get somebody else. But where was I at? I wasn't from therapy now, like I know that I'm more open. I can talk about any fucking thing. I'm completely open. I'm completely comfortable in myself. I'm able to express myself. And back then I was not able to express myself, and I guess a lot of it I had locked in a box in the back of my head that I didn't even know what the box was there. I was just simply just throwing shit back there. So it just like, I would just forget it. It would go back there. Yeah, I would be feeling some type. I would have the feelings and stuff would still be there. I would be feeling the feelings, but I didn't know what they were from. I couldn't process them. After that third lesson, I said, "What am I doing? What are you doing, TJ?" That's my nickname. Y'all can't call me that though. Cause my name is Timmy 2 times, y'all. Okay, so y'all keep me Timmy motherfucker 2 times. What are you doing? Why are you here? In the words of Jocelyn Hernandez again, why is you here? I'm not going to be straight. What am I doing? I'm not getting any homework. She's not. You know what? It just dawned on me as I talk about this because, I've never really gone in depth about all the things that I'm about to go through with y'all right now. I mean, I've talked about it to my therapist and stuff like that, but it's just me and y'all. For the y'all that see it. So just me just talking. And, with me having the opportunity to edit these and go back and watch. Because I forget the things that I've said. And I'm like, wow. Maybe she was saving me. I don't remember if that was some type of therapy place for people that, I believe it was a therapist or whatever that you go to for people that are gay. But she wasn't giving me nothing. Maybe she was a bad therapist, or maybe she simply understood me. And she was just like, this child he's gay. This is who he is. What am I supposed to tell him? Am I supposed to tell him to suppress his feelings for the rest of his life? And get married and have kids? And live his life in the closet and know that he has these feelings deep down that he's been suppressing so long that he starts taking his anger out on people around him, on his kids, on his wife. And now he's just in limbo. He's just fitting the resume that every man should have. Grow up, get a good job, get a degree if you can, get a family, get a house, have kids, live life happily ever after. No shade, that's fucking boring. That's very, very much so. It's given very primitive. That's what everybody does. Add a little pop to your life. Everybody's not going to fit. Everybody's not going to go to college. Everybody's not going to have kids. Everybody's not going to have a house. Everybody's not going to have a family. But maybe she got it. Maybe she was like, I don't know what to tell this boy. This because again, I'm still a child. I'm barely 19. I graduated 18. I'm not even 19 yet because I moved out. When they kicked me out, I moved to Atlanta in my second semester in college, and that was in January, February. My birthday is in July. My birthday hadn't even came yet. I was only in Atlanta for like a month and some change maybe. So maybe she got it. Maybe she understood. And she was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna be here. Or maybe she was a therapist that said, fuck, I'm about to just get this fucking money and just listen because I'm still gonna get a check. Just like when y'all in school, when y'all got a substitute teacher, that substitute teacher don't be doing shit. They just be, the substitute teacher for the most part ain't nothing but a fucking babysitter. Now, maybe you're doing that. Maybe, I don't know if y'all got to do it to get y'all credits or whatever the case may be. Then you can have your own classroom. But everybody knows when the substitute teacher come in, bitch, you ain't doing shit. It's like a fucking recess all day. They can't control you. They don't know your name. They don't know the arithmetic. They don't know how your teacher is teaching because, everybody, the teacher got their own flair. Y'all don't give, it's a free day. You might as well just not come to school. So I went home to my aunt's house, and I can't remember if my mom and dad called me or I called them. And I don't know where my auntie was because during all this, she was just kind of neutral. Me and her talked. She understood for the most part, I thought. Like, again, that was my favorite auntie. That still is my favorite auntie, hands down. But she was just very neutral because I think, she wanted me there. She accepted me for being gay. She knew my parents didn't, but that was her sister. But again, my auntie got her own shit going on. She in the middle of a divorce. And I told you I wasn't really feeling him because he called the child services people child and something about me being gay, and we all had to sit down at the table, and it was like a little interview type thing or whatever. And it was just like, okay, why am I here? And, because like, why? It was just very weird, but I was young. And again, I let a lot of stuff just fly over my head because I was seeking acceptance. And at that point, I was not accepting any type of acceptance from anybody straight. I needed acceptance from somebody that was part of the LGBTQIA plus umbrella. I wanted gay friends. I didn't give a fuck about straight people. And to be honest with you, sometimes I still don't. Because the way that straight people treat us and people under my umbrella is fucking disgusting. Hell, it's even disgusting how some of the people underneath the umbrella treat the people under the umbrella. But that's a whole nother topic that we're not going to talk about on this show. We'll talk about that when I do my live show. So I told her, I was just like, I'm not going to therapy no more. I quit. And I said, if you don't want to talk to me no more, then you don't got to talk to me no more. If I don't ever see y'all again, I really don't care. But I'm not going back to therapy. I'm not doing it. Fuck the therapy. Now, I didn't say fuck the therapy, but it was pretty much, yeah. I'm not going back. Fuck the therapy. Leave me alone. That's it. If you don't want to talk to me, That's fine. Keep it moving. No shade. You got another son. And he plays basketball and does all the things that you want him to do. So go ahead and deal with that. Strip you of all your princess points. To Wong Fu. And just like that, that was that. I think that triggered some type of alarm or just some type of signal in my parents. And when the alarm went off, it was just like, hey, you've been asleep this whole time, but you really haven't been asleep. You've known all along what's going on. Your son is gay. He's not going to change. This is who he is. So you have two options. This is very simple. Two simple options. Either you accept it or you don't. Because he's already made up his mind that he's gay. And if being gay means losing his parents, then bye-bye. You know how many people out here don't have a two-parent household, parents still together, that they want that, they crave, they yearn. Only if I wish my parents stayed together, or I wish I knew my father, or I wish I knew my mother. And here I have two parents. But I gotta tell them I don't want to deal with them no more. Because I'm gay. If it was that simple, it was that easy, why would I do that? Why would I still be gay? Why would I want to be gay? You know how many times when I was young and I prayed and wished that I wasn't, because I knew the spirit, I felt the spirit of it, and I just, not the spirit of a child, but I just, you know things about yourself. And a lot of times we put it back there, Vivica Fox back there, so that, we don't have to deal with it, but it's always there. And that someday you got to turn around or it's going to catch up and you got to deal with it. But here I got two parents and I can't even, we're not even a family anymore. The family is divided. It's just chopped. It's not even chopped in half. Even though it is, because my brother's there, but it's just like them three against me. Even though my brother was neutral, but he lived in the house. And, unfortunately, I put him in the same category. I stopped talking to him. I never checked in on him, all that stuff. It's like, who would really want to go through all this to be gay? Who? Hey, y'all say it's a choice. Who would choose all of that? It's never a choice to be yourself or be who you are for your pride. Yo, it was so hard. It was so hard. And I'm glad I got through it all. I'm glad that you guys, all of you, them, they, he, she, we, everyone that's watching, whoever you are, wherever you are, you see the superhero right here. Because I'm a superhero. I'm a 6'9", birthday coming up, 43-year-old superhero. I'm unfucking stoppable. Can't nobody fucking stop me. Once you live in your truth and you know who the fuck you are, I had to flip it around because I had some situations that happened to me the other day. It's going to get easier the older you get. It's going to get easier. And you know why it's going to get easier? Because you're going to make better decisions and you're going to know what you know. You're going to stand firm in your decisions. You're going to execute that shit and you're going to make it happen. That's the only way to be. It shouldn't get harder as you get older. You've experienced too much in fucking life. And if you really knew what I knew about me, bitch, I'm one of the wisest bitches in the neighborhood, probably. If wisdom is based off of gray hair, I'm about like 80% gray, y'all. Like, I'm gray. I feel like if I was completely gray, if I let my gray, people would treat me differently. They wouldn't treat me as, not to say that I don't get respect, but it would be like I was an elder in a way, even though I'm not. But yeah, life is supposed to get easier as you get older. So with that being said, y'all, we're going to end this episode. Wow, I didn't cry. It was hard, but I didn't. I don't mind crying. I think everybody should cry. I think crying is the safest and easiest way to let it out. But not be no crybaby. You cry on occasion. It's a build-up or whatever, but you don't just cry just because you ain't getting your way as an adult. You don't cry because of that. I don't know where me and my parents stand at this point of this series. We will continue talking about them. And I have so much more to share with y'all. So much more. Be ready. It's going to get a little raunchy. I'm going to try to keep it cute, but I got to be descriptive in a way. So, thank y'all for watching so far. Y'all have a good one. I'm going to sign out for episode number 2 of the Atlanta Coming Out Chronicles. Timmy 2 times, your host, is saying goodbye, good night, get out of my face, do what you need to do. I hope you learned something from this video and whatever. And yeah, hit that subscribe button. I said I'm going to go say no more, but I'm going to say it anyways. I'm out, y'all.